Okay, hello grade 10, and let us review how to evaluate or how to find the terms of a geometric sequence. So let's take for example this problem over here. We want to look for the first 5 terms of each geometric sequence with the given first term and the common ratio. We have here the given, our a sub 1 or the first term is 10 and our common ratio is 1/2. Common ratio is the number that we are multiplying to the first term to get the second term. And with that, we have the formula over here, okay, which is a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. Ideally, if ayaw nyong gumawa ng solution, you can just go right through this one. So you have a sub n. The first term is 10. We would like to multiply 1/2 to get the second term. To multiply 1/2 to 10, so that is 5. Why? Because we have 10 times 1/2 is equal to 10 over 2 will give us 5. Okay. Next. Okay, balik na. So I have 2, that is 5. Multiply 1/2. Next, to get the third term, we have to multiply 1/2 again. That's 5 times 1 is 5 over 2. 5 over 2 is equal to 2 and 1/2. Because 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Next, we have to multiply this again. Oh, haba, diba? So, kung kabisado yung fraction, this is easy. But of course, we have a formula to follow. So let's try to use the formula now to answer this equation right here. So, ang first term natin ay given na, which is 10. We'd like to find for the second term. So, our formula is the first term, which is 10. First term times the common ratio raised to 2 minus 1. Okay. So, we have now 10 times 1/2. Okay. 2 minus 1 is 1. We have 10 times 1/2. And times 1/2, balikan natin yung rule ng fraction. So, kunwari, meron tayong imaginary 1 dyan. Times mo lang to, times yung baba. Tsaka taas. So, meron tayong 10 over 2. 10 over 2 is equal to 5. Therefore, our first term is equal to 5. So, if we have the first term as 10, the second term is 5. Next, let's calculate for the third term. For the third term, we have 10 times 1/2 raised to 3 minus 1. We have 10, 1/2 raised to 2 is equal to 10 times, okay, ito na. Kahit wala kayong calculator, pwede nyo gawin ito. What is the other term or other way to find now the value of this 1/2 raised to 2? Kung babalikan natin yung inyong rule of exponent or law of exponents, if we are raising a fraction to a power, we are multiplying both the numerator and the denominator. So, i-raise natin yung 1 sa 2, i-raise din natin yung 2 sa 2. So, magiging 1 raised to 2, 1 raised to 2, ito magiging 2 raised to 2. And we know that 1 raised to 2 is still 1, 2 raised to 2 is still 4. Ideally, kung babalikan nyo naman yung rule natin sa exponent, di ba, pag meron siyang power, we're multiplying that particular number to the number of power that it has. So, multiply natin daw yung 1/2 sa sarili niya ng 2 beses. So, that is 1/2 times 1/2. And 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4. Yun yung idea nito, fraction na ito. So, since alam na natin that 1/2 raised to 2 is equal to 1/4, so we now have here 10 times 1/4. Okay. 10 times 1 is 10 over 4. So, this is equal to, ilang 4 meron ng 10? Meron 2. That's 8. So, may matitirang 2. So, magiging 4. pag simplifying this one, since 2 is a factor of 4, paano ba mag-simplify? Balik tayo ulit sa fraction nyo. 2 is the same with 2 times 1 and 4 is the same with 2 times 2. Yes. Okay. Since pareho ng 2 yan, pwede na natin siyang i-cancel out. So, matitira na lang is 1/2. So, ang kasama ngayon ni 2 ay 1/2. Tandaan yun. Next, dun naman tayo sa third term. Galing ko lang. Let's move for the third term. Okay, for the fourth term. For the fourth term of this pattern, we have 10 times 1/2 raised to 4 minus 1. It's 4. It's equal to 10. 1/2 raised to 3. Because 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So we have 10 times 1/2. Okay, we are multiplying 2 to itself 3 times and 1 to itself 3 times. So we have 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. Right? That is 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8. So we now have 10 times 1, so we have 10 and we have 8 here. How many 8 are there in 10? We have 1. Ang natira ay 2 over 8. Is 2 a factor of 8? Yes. Why? O, check natin dito. Baka sabihin nyo minus yan. Check natin. Si 2 para makuha ang 2, multiply lang tayo ng 1. Si 8 para makuha ang 8, pwede siyang maging 2 times 4. Correct? Okay. So, pwede na tayo mag-cancel since pareho ito. We're down now with 1/4. So, ang kasama ni 1 natin dito ay 1/4. Magiging 1 and 1/4 na siya. Next, let's have the fifth term. Okay. Sa exam, kung ang choices ay kung ang choices ay fraction or mixed fraction, express the solution in fraction. If the choices are in decimal numbers, express your solutions in decimal number. So next, we have the last term. We have a sub 5 or the fifth term. So we have 1/2 raised to 5 minus 1. So we have 10. 1/2 is equal to 4. 1/2 raised to 4. So we have 10. 1/2 raised to 4 is the same as 1. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We have 16. We are multiplying 2 to itself 4 times. 1 to itself 4 times. Siyempre, 1 pa rin yun kasi 1 pa rin siya. So we have 10 divided 10 times 1. We have 10 and 16. We have 16. Meron bang common factor si 10 saka 16? Meron. We both know that these two numbers are divisible by 2. So if it is divisible by 2, we have 2 times 5 and 2 times 8. Correct? Yan. Ganun lang mag-simplify. So since wala na nga ito dahil pareho naman sila, we're down with 5 over 8. And that is the simplest form for this number. So our fifth term is 5 over 8. Okay? Bawa, ayaw nyo gumamit ng calculator. O, ito siya. This is easier, especially if you are familiar with fractions. Okay, so let's have another example right here. Our first term is negative 1/4 and the common ratio is 1/2. Therefore, we are multiplying 1/4 to negative 2 to get the next term. Again, our formula for geometric pattern, we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, ang first pattern, or first term natin is negative 1/4. Okay? So, let's calculate for the second term. For the second term, we have Okay, negative 1/4, that is our first term, times the common ratio, which is 2, raised to 2 minus 1. So we have negative 1/4 times negative 2 raised to 1. And we know that it's still negative 2 because we're just raising it itself. So we have 1/4 times negative 2. Again, pasok tayo. Always remember the rule of sign. We are multiplying two negative numbers over here. Therefore, it should be positive. Since nagmumultiply na lang naman tayo, so this is equal to, this is also the same as 1/4 times negative 2 over 1. Kapag whole, palaging may 1 sa baba. So, kapag multiply natin yan, magiging 1 times 2, negative 1 times negative 2, that's still 2, positive 2. And 4 times 1, negative 1 is still 4. Okay, can we simplify this number to 4th? Yes, because 2 is a factor of 4, right? If that's the case, ano ang pwede natin gawin dito? To get 2, you have 2 times 1. To get 4, you have 2 times 2. So, in order to eliminate that, is pareho naman sila ng factor. So, we're done with 1/2. So, our second term is 1/2. Ay, bakit blue? Our second term here is 1/2. Next, let's have e sub 3. The third term, e sub 3 is 1 negative 4 times negative 2 raised to 3 minus 1, that is equal to negative 1/4 times negative 2 raised to 2, that is equal to negative 1/4 times, again, trivia. Any number raised to even number is positive. Any negative number raised to an even number is still positive. Why? Because we're just multiplying it to itself. So, negative times negative is positive. So, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Correct? Yes. And since we're just multiplying, so 1 times 4, we have 4 over 4. Again, any number divided to itself is equal to 1. Therefore, the third term is equal to 1. Let's have a sub 4. The fourth term. So we have negative 2 raised to 4 minus 1 is equal to negative 1/4. That's 1/4, I'm sorry. Multiply to negative 2 raised to 3. Okay, that is a negative number already. Dito, nag-multiply tayo ng 2 beses lang. So, dito, mag-multiply tayo ng 3 beses. Okay. Kung dito, positive na siya, pag minultiply kasi ulit natin siya sa negative, magiging negative na naman siya. And since, kaya, lagi nyo tatandaan yun, any number raised to an even number is, any negative number raised to an even number is positive. Any negative number raised to an odd number is still negative. So we have negative 14 right here. Times negative 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. Negative 8. That is equal to, since that's both negative, so our answer here will be positive. So 8 times 1 is 8 over 4. So how many 4 are there in 8? We have 2. So that's positive 2. It makes sense, right? This we have negative here. Oh, I'm sorry, this should be negative. Okay. Next, we have the last term, the fifth term. So we have negative 1/4 times negative 2 raised to 5 minus 1. That is negative 1/4 times, oh, that's even number already. It's equal to negative 1/4 times 16. Since that is an even number, magiging positive siya. So our answer would be negative 16 over 4. And there are 4